So to finally finish off my gear rack assembly, I need to cut a dogtooth clutch on this gear. Much like the handle here. And it's 7-tooth. So most of you probably know this already, maybe some of you don't, but what do you index it to? Do you index it for 7? Do you index it for 14? The answer is pretty simple. You just index it for 7. And I'll show you how. So I bring you over to AutoCAD because I want to show you, it's an easier way to represent this. So basically on these dogtooth clutches, you know, the side of your teeth is a line that passes directly through your center. Odd tooth clutches are really easy to cut because you could just take an end mill or saw blade, as long as it passes through the smallest portion of those of the tooth there. You can go right on through, index it, right on through, index it, right on through. By the time you get however many teeth spaces done, you will have cut all your teeth. Same thing with the 3 dogtooth clutch. It's very easy to do. I think you can get away with a 3/8. Yeah, you can get away with a 3/8 saw blade for that one. Even tooth clutches are shit because, well, the line still passes through the center of it, but a cutter cannot pass through the center of it. You wind up hitting into the other side of the tooth. So in order to do that, you'd have to do one face at a time, which is obviously going to take you twice as fucking long. You could still do it with a slitting saw. So I'm using 3-inch slitting saw, and if you find out the chordal distance at 150 thou deep, which is what I'm doing at, you'll come up with, from the center, 650 thou. So, and there's a 7/8 hole in the piece that I'm making. So, if you go along with your slitting saw, by the time it exits the cut here, yeah, your saw blade will be, you know, right there. That's how far it'll be away from touching the other side of the tooth. So you'd be good at 150 thou deep with a 3-inch cutter for this specific clutch. This would work out really good. It's a lot easier to figure out this shit in AutoCAD. You can figure it out just on paper, but it's bullshit. And anyway, I'll show you more about this when we get into cutting it. So like I said before, I know the diameter. It's 1.8. I don't even need to concern myself with the thickness of the saw blade so long as it passes through the smallest portion of the teeth. So all you need to do is touch off, move it over 900 thou plus another 2 or 3 thou, and just start cutting. By the time you get 7, in this case it's 7 teeth, so by the time you get 7 spaces done, you have all these teeth. Now I don't have a big enough cutter, so I got these little tits left over. So in order to get rid of them, you can just kind of do them one at a time, even it up on your cutter. You might have to actually put your cutter, center line cutter, to the center line of your workpiece and then do them one at a time. Or you can just grind them out. I mean, whoever the fuck cares, right? And then that's it. Then it'll be done. And there you go. That's the finished product. I kind of like the finish that the saw puts on it, but there's no reason you couldn't use an end mill. It works just the same. It's the same principle. Anyway, I hope that clears up any confusion confusion anybody has about them. There you go.